The Illinois Department of Public Health declares the measles outbreak in southern Illinois over with no new cases since May 22nd. There were 8 total measles cases between April and May. 2 others were found in Cook County. The U.S. faced the largest number of cases since the virus was eliminated in 2000. State experts worked with health departments on steps to get rid of the virus. They also praised the public for taking precautions to prevent more cases.
In case we have any more measles cases, but right now we have no outbreaks of worry or concern, but we're monitoring any kind of measles suspicious cases throughout the state as we speak.